The line that stopped me cold wasn't supposed to be there. I had read the statement a dozen times already, but this time the sentence said something different, and it ended with a detail that accused him more directly than before. I remember whispering out loud, "That's not what it said." I was alone in the records room when it happened. Just me, the hum of the fluorescent lights, and a witness statement that no longer matched my memory. I work as a court clerk in a mid-sized county courthouse in the Midwest. Nothing dramatic. Paperwork, filings, transcripts. My job is accuracy, consistency. If something changes, there's supposed to be a reason, an amendment, a timestamp, a signature. This didn't have any of that. The case itself was ordinary at first, a late night hit and run that left a man dead on a service road outside the city. The suspect, a delivery driver named Aaron Cole, claimed he never saw the victim. No prior record, no obvious motive. The case hinged almost entirely on a single witness, a woman named Denise Harlan. She said she was walking her dog when she saw the vehicle strike the man and speed away. Her statement was typed, signed, scanned, and entered into the system like thousands before it. That statement came across my desk because the defense filed a motion challenging its reliability. They claimed inconsistencies, so my job was simple: pull the original statement, verify it against the digital copy, prepare certified duplicates for the judge. I remember the first time I read it clearly. I know I do. Denise said she saw a dark, colored van. She said she couldn't make out the driver's face. She said she heard the impact, turned, and saw the victim already on the ground. No license plate, no identifying marks. It was vague, human, believable. I printed the physical copy from our archive and placed it next to the digital version on my screen. They matched perfectly, word for word. I initialed the certification form and set it aside. That should have been the end of it. 2 days later, the judge requested an additional copy for Chambers. I pulled the same file, same case number, same witness, but when I read it again, something felt off. A single sentence had changed. It now said Denise saw the van slow down before impact. That detail hadn't been there before. I remember because slowing down implied awareness, intent maybe. I leaned back in my chair and frowned. Memory is unreliable. I know that better than most, so I pulled the printed copy I'd certified earlier. The one with my initials. The sentence was there too, exactly the same, as if it had always been there. I checked the metadata on the digital file. No edits, no access logs, no version history. I told myself I'd misremembered. That happens. I moved on. Over the next week, I had to access that statement 4 more times. Each time, it felt heavier. Sharper, details grew more specific. The van was no longer just dark, colored. It was described as black. The driver was no longer faceless. Denise now claimed she saw a man with short hair gripping the wheel. Then came the sentence that made my hands shake. She stated the driver looked directly at the victim before accelerating. That line changed everything. It turned an accident into a choice. I pulled every copy we had, digital. Printed, microfilm backup, they all matched. I checked the CCTV footage in records, the cameras that watch every terminal, every printer, every file room. I watched myself access the document. No edits, no typing, no one else touching it. The words were already there when the file opened. I went home that night and couldn't sleep. I kept replaying the first version in my head. The softer version, the uncertain one. I was sure it had existed. I knew it. The next morning, I broke protocol. I printed the statement again, then I locked it in my desk drawer. I didn't touch it for 2 days. When I pulled it out and read it again, my stomach dropped. The wording had shifted, subtly, but unmistakably. Now Denise claimed she recognized the van from the neighborhood. Now she claimed she'd seen the same driver before. I compared it to the version on the system. Identical. I felt like I was losing my grip on reality, so I did something risky. I took a photo of the printed page with my phone. Just one page, just one paragraph. I saved it with the date and time. The following morning, before court, I opened the file again. The paragraph had changed, one word, but a crucial one, believed, had become new. I pulled out my phone. The photo still showed the old wording. My pulse was pounding so hard I could hear it. For the first time, there was proof. Something wasn't just in my head. I showed the photo to another clerk, a woman I trusted. She frowned and said I must have photographed a draft. When I showed her the printed copy from my desk, her expression changed. She asked me where I'd gotten it. I told her the truth. She said we needed to talk to IT. IT ran a full audit. They found nothing. No unauthorized access. No corruption. No signs of tampering. They suggested stress, burnout. I stopped talking about it, but I kept watching. Every time the case moved closer to trial, the statement grew stronger, more confident, more damning. Contradictions disappeared. Uncertainty vanished. By the time jury selection began, Denise's statement read like a perfect narrative. Clear, direct, unwavering. The defense attorney looked exhausted. I overheard him arguing with the judge in chambers. He said the statement no longer matched the copy he'd received during discovery. The judge asked for proof. He didn't have any. All official copies now said the same thing. Denise testified. Her words matched the latest version exactly. She spoke calmly, no hesitation. When the defense questioned her about earlier uncertainty, she looked confused. She said she'd always been sure. I watched the jury. They leaned forward. They believed her. What would you think if this happened to you? If something official kept rewriting itself, not dramatically, just enough to tilt the scale. Aaron Cole was convicted. Vehicular manslaughter, 22 years. When the verdict was read, I felt hollow, like I'd watched something inevitable unfold. After sentencing, I accessed the statement one last time. I don't know why. Morbid curiosity, maybe. The final version included a sentence I swear I had never seen before. Denise stated the driver smiled. Just briefly, as if he knew he'd get away with it. I closed the file and logged out. I requested a transfer out of records the following month. Different department, different building. I stopped pulling old cases, but sometimes, late at night, I think about that first version. The uncertain one, the human one. I still have the photo on my phone. I've never shown it to anyone else. Because I checked it recently, and even that has changed. The words are still closed, but not the same. Still pointing in the same direction. Still certain. Still accusing. Somewhere in the system, the case is closed. Official, final, but every time I think about it, I wonder if the truth mattered at all, or if the paperwork decided what the truth needed to be. If this case unsettled you, I want you to tell me what you think really happened in the comments. Like the video, if this story stayed with you longer than you expected. And subscribe for more cases from Shadow Case Files. I'll be here, still reading, still watching the words.